time for another Power Play show with Coach Frenchy, Andrew Lepage, Inortap, and Michael DiVelleno. It's time, Power Play show. It's time! Welcome back, everybody, for another Power Play show with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchy, directly for the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. And we have to go all the way to the north to find our co-host. Mr. Inortap is in the house tonight.
Hey, Coach. Good evening, Hockey Nation.
How was your day, Mr. Inortap, on the Friday, August 12, 2022?
Coach, it's always busy. Got to get ready for everything during the course of the day. It's never a moment of rest.
How's the weather over there in Toronto?
It's cooled off. It's really good. This entire week so far has been around 23, 24 degrees. Not bad at all. Very cool. Nice.
People are back from vacation, or they still take until the Labor Day, or?
Yeah, most of them go right till the end. They either go up to their cottages or are on trips to Europe right now, some people. So a lot of people are out.
That's awesome to hear that.
Yeah.
Tonight, Mr. Nota, we talk about the best coaches in the NHL. If we have time, maybe talk about
That's
the
not
worst.
fair.
Or about maybe the worst. But we're going to find a way to talk about maybe not each team, but we try to get, if you think about the Los Angeles game, Mr. Nota, which coach are you thinking about? And so we're going to go around, not necessarily to be the top 10 or the top 20, but more about each team and who make an impact. Like Vegas, they have already a couple of goals over there. And then during the process tonight, we're going to make some a pool in the chat. I'm going to do that at the same time. And then the people can vote. Like right now, we get one for the Islanders between Trotz, Albor, and Jack Capuano. They are the three coaches that have the most years with the New York Islanders. So that's what we're going to talk today, Mr. Natap, until tomorrow night. We are back with the Let's Talk Abs, Mr. Natap, tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, we're going to do something we never do. And maybe we're going to do it also Sunday night. So the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow, Mr. Natap, we have to build the dream team for them. So how we do that? We need to select the best general manager we have in the franchise of Montreal Canadiens. Who we select? Then who is going to be the assistant general manager? Who is going to be the head coach? The assistant coaches? And then we're going to make 4 forward, 4 center, and we're going to go through this process during the show tomorrow night for the Montreal Canadiens. So, it's time to do it. We don't have a lot of news around the Montreal Canadiens. So that's what's going to happening tomorrow night at the Let's Talk Abs.
Sounds good, Coach.
I think it'll be fun to do that. And if it's a great success, well, maybe repeat Sunday night. And go from there. Not Montreal, but we can go like shorter with each team and something like that. We'll see what happens Sunday night, but that's what we have on the program. And of course, we are right now.
But tonight's topic is not really fair, right? You know that.
Because?
Well, there's only one great coach. Right there.
Yeah. No, but we appreciate it anyway. It's very kind of you, Mr. Nata. We have a few people in the chat. We're not to welcome everybody, Mr. Nata, before we talk and
good.
jump and diving on the subject tonight. And first of all, we welcome everybody. Thanks to be a part of the show. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. We're going to be a little bit shorter tonight. It's Friday night. We know people are maybe a bit more in the mood of the vacation. So we're going to see how we're going to turn around this. But first of all, we have to welcome Mr. Alan Barnes is back in the house tonight. Mr. Alan Barnes.
Hey, Alan. How's it going?
And we call him sometimes the teacher, sometimes the swimmer. Sometimes we call him the best of the best for Vegas Golden Knight. Supporter number 1, Mr. Adam Berger, is back in the house tonight.
Adam. Take the night off. You see, Coach, I got to take the night off.
Be a night out, be with your family. That's
On
it.
Sunday.
Yeah, that's all about.
Right now, I'm with my Hockey Nation family.
That's the family. Yeah, exactly. Second family about that one over there. So that's good to see that for sure. And we have Miss Kimberly Ena from West Coast, Florida. Kimberly, welcome back in the house. Kimberly always been a support of the Hockey Nation Live show. Our friend of Toronto Maple Leaf. Back with us tonight, Luciano Graziano. Welcome back, Luciano.
Hey, Luciano.
I tried to type with dog on lash. I hope ours is well. Here we go. Kimberly the dog walk at that moment. In our tap about this. That's happening. And we have the wood. The Wood is back, Mr. Alexandre Dubois de la belle province de Québec. Il est de retour avec nous ce soir. Welcome back, The Wood. Buffalo Sabres, Mr. Top number 1 fans. He still believe his Sabres going to make the playoff.
Hey, you never know. You never know. It's the NHL. If they get a goalie.
Yeah, he believe on Eric Comrie, but not for me. Directement de la belle province de New-Brunswick, dans la belle province de Nouveau-Brunswick, il est de retour avec nous. Welcome back, Mr. Yann Gionnet. Welcome in the chat tonight. À la belle province de Québec, un autre dans la région de Sherbrooke. Il est de retour avec nous. Welcome back, Nicolas de Goubi-Bonneau.
Hey, Nicholas.
And I just realized we have Frenchy quiz tonight.
Uh-oh.
And I did not put the winner of yesterday. I think Luc Lafortune and Crypto Bunny win yesterday. But I just realized I did not put their name there. We have to figure out this before the French request. Tonight, we're saying that really simple. Under, over, and exact. It's all about the Montreal Canadiens.
Sounds
Easy.
Good.
But.
There's a but.
The question are not easy, but it's all about the Montreal Canadiens. We have to figure out tonight who will be on the roll this week again. Now, yesterday you finished second, right? Day. You have 2 good answers yesterday. Looked at Watson on fire last night. Unbelievable. His goal was working well last night. He had no problem to find the answer. And I'm going to come up with a nickname for the first line on Slavkovsky joined the team. Here we go. The CSS line. Here we go. It was your answer about that one of there. I was just wondering. I was just kidding. Not a problem. Alan is all good. Have a great night about the border plane to California to swim meeting. Have a good weekend also, madam. Good luck with your swimming board weekend tournament, or whatever they call it. I'm not an expert on swimming.
Good luck, Adam.
Do they have a tournament? Like, it's competition, right?
Competition, yeah.
Yeah, it's hockey's tournament, right? Then it's more about competition. They put the people in the water and they just... Do you think they run like a fish? Like, you know, you put a bait and then you put all the way in the top and then you go faster? No?
I don't think so.
No? It's for the rabbit, right? Right?
Yeah, I think you're
the hot dog, the hood dog, what do you call it? The race for the dog, right? They put the rabbit and then they just running after that, right?
That's the racetrack.
Yeah. I'm jumping from hockey tournament to the swimming, and now I was doing already on the racetrack, horse or dog. But honestly, I never see a racetrack, the rabbit. Like, I never see like 12 rabbit running after 1 mile around and everything like that. But maybe Crypto Bunny, he could be a winner of that kind of race over there. That's the kind of race maybe Danny can jump on it and he can do some good performance over there.
I don't know. Our friend Danny?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or it's
He's
maybe
better
another
off at,
kind of competition he does.
yeah, there's there's quite
Yeah,
a few.
fishing. Fishing, there's a good one over there,
He's he's
right?
quite the fisher for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure he's about
Ice
what, a
fishing.
couple of weeks before he bring back
The
the shack
trailer.
and underwater.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting about
Yeah.
that. Talking about the shack, it's not about the shark, but it's about the king. He's back with us from Utah. Run with Kings 20 back in the house, Mr. Nota.
Hey, Ron. How are you, buddy?
Welcome back. About this one over there. For the fact, we go before crossing the pond to play hockey. Selani was a kindergarten teacher in his home country of Finland.
Very nice. I
That's good
love
to
all
see that.
these facts of the day. Thanks,
Yeah, a long
Ron.
time ago about that one over there. And talking about welcome back, I want to welcome back Mr. RJ Calabro back in the house tonight.
RJ. The main
RJ is going to
man.
give us the result of the game, the World Junior Championship. We have 2 games today, so RJ is going to give us all the information about that one over there. Coach, parachute, no, Jan, I don't go to
You don't fish.
I've been
just
to
need some.
you have some kind of rent the boat, you go with the people, you know what I'm talking about? Like I've been there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not really. Yeah,
You don't like fishing?
no.
You're too active.
Well, yeah, it's
That's
like
supposed to calm you
if
down.
they have a gym or some dumbbell and the boat, maybe go. But if you just sit there to wait to this move and everything like that, then it's just like it's
You
not
gotta
impressive
reflect
for
on
me.
life, you know. You gotta
No,
reflect on life, and
I know. I prefer to watch the people and then inside the boat, see what's going on over there. But no, not fishing for me. About that one there. Luciano was talking about my nickname for the Montreal first line when Stavkeski joined is the Laurentien Express line. That's interesting.
not bad.
Not bad at all. Oh yeah, Alexandre Wood, Conseil Believe and Achieve. Here we go. That's the menu of the Buffalo Sabres for next year. How is your coach? And Mr. Tap is doing well. Peter Martin is back in the house, Mr. Tap.
Pierre, welcome aboard.
I read an article, Mr. Natap, today because we talk about the wood with the Buffalo Sabres. And, they did pretty good for the last, I would say like 12 month example of 14 month, right? And
Yeah.
they hire a guy, can I remember his name, like year ago. He's a really good on the analytics. He built a lot of analytic hockey for years, and he got his. I could be wrong right now. Ran something, but I could be completely wrong here. Anyway, and they really believe the way the Buffalo changed and they draft everything on that last year and this year and the way they play, and it's really based on what he report for the coaching staff and the staff management, everything like that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's their job, right? Is to present them the facts, and then they have to make a decision based on what's best for the team.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting. You know what I mean? Like how sometimes you take 1 or 2 people inside an
Yeah.
organization to change. So that's good to see that. And we have James Bond. Vinny, James 007 is back in the house tonight. Vinny, welcome back.
007, welcome.
The channel said Buffalo deserves a championship. Real die-hard fans.
That's true, you know. The Buffalo fans they're quite diehards. And,
Absolutely, I agree with you. They're
I've-
really fans one, right? The fans been there, support them, and I know they struggled last year, but the year before. But they deserve, because if you're a Buffalo Sabre, they've always been behind that team over there. And you're absolutely right, Luciano. Great comments about that one over there. And the wood. I agree with Luciano. Here we go. RJ give us some update, Mr. Natap. The World Junior Championship today. Autriche
6-0.
0, Sweden 6, and the Slovakia beat Latvia and shoot out by the score of 3-2, Mr. In our top. That's
No
happening
surprise.
today on that one over there.
You can really see the difference between the older players and the younger players on all the teams
Yep.
going around. It's making
We
it.
have we have Mr. Michael Sharks. He's back in the house. I'll play for the subject and the Prague psychology. The Checha. They don't want us to call anymore those Republic anymore and Checha. So Mr. Inata, they're going to, I think they play 2 games over there before they come back, and that's how they start the season for upcoming. So welcome back, Mr. Sharks.
Welcome, Sharks.
It's time to unroll the carpet, the red carpet, from the top to the bottom. The bottom to the top is back with us, Nooner. Roger, back in the house. Welcome back.
Roger.
Thanks to be with us. Enjoy bringing the fact of the day of everybody. Not a problem. Ron, that's awesome. You do that for us. We appreciate it every time, my friend. It's always a pleasure having you. To do that. Question of that: are you going to have the share or the leave?
Oh, come on, Nooner. I'm not like you. I don't go taking Tampa Bay. I stick to one team.
Only one thing for Mr. Natap is the Montreal. You are on the spot, Coach. Glad to know you see the mentality change, Buffalo, the way they draft it develop now. You did your homework, Coach. Thanks so much, Alexandre. And again, I said, I understand you are a big fan. You follow them. You want them to make the playoff. And you, as a fan like Montreal Canadian, I, always try to be positive every time that I see the big picture. But for me, for the outside, I have to be honest, right? And I hope the best for the Buffalo Sabres. But I think they miss a couple of pieces for them. But I think that they are a little bit in front of Montreal Canadian as a prospect on the team with a little bit more better players. You talk about Remus Dalin, now they got Owen Power. So they have really 2 top selection compared to Montreal. They never have those kind of players until Savkovsky. So my point is, Buffalo are a little bit in front of us, but they are on the same boat as the development over there, Mr. Notap. They are not still ready to be like that kind of the top 4 in that division yet. So for me, like in Montreal, they have to focusing on the development, get some reps over there like Power, Dallin, and they have reps over there. Now you see what's going to happen with Jack Quinn, JJ Paterka. There will be maybe a year where he can step up. Cassie Middlestad have to step up now. He's out for a couple of years with there. They have a Cousin. Cousin is another great center for them. So they have a lot of great rookies, and we forgot more, but I'll just give you the core of that team right now. So I think that team really emerged to become a solid team. Missed a couple of pieces of the puzzle. I think for me, they add another defenseman, top 4. They add a goaltender over there, and then to fix the bottom 6 over there, 1 or 2 players, a little bit more experience, or anything like that. With Tage Thompson have his best year hockey last season with over 30 goals. It's really a bright light over there. It's really, the future is really good, like the Detroit and Ottawa.
And they started with getting some stability at coaching and GM. Very, very good development there. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely right about that one. About this, we have Alan now is on the Facebook page. Not a problem, Alan. Next year, you're not going to do that because we're going to be only on YouTube channel, but on the subject for another time. From British Columbia, Luke, welcome back.
How's it going, Luke?
What is Bam Bam Danny?
I don't know.
Only know Boom Boom me.
Only you would know, Roger.
Yeah. He's stuck somewhere at the Baguette Donuts restaurant. That's what both of them are not in yet. That's what it is. Was Cooley able to stay in the game after being hit into the board hard?
I didn't see the hit, actually. Did he get injured on it?
I believe he's in the game, but I could be wrong about this, Ron. Um, he's good, but he was not dominate yet yesterday.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, and
But
again,
he's looking sharp
I
though.
don't want to judge him yet, right? But he was not like one step over like Bedard example, right? And but
Yeah.
we better some team yourself a very solid team for that tournament. I believe right now, for what I saw, USA, Canada are really the best two teams at this moment.
Oh yeah. It's
You know what I
starting to
mean?
look
Like,
that way.
it understands Sweden, Finland, but I don't see anything else.
Yeah.
Would
No,
be
I would
interesting.
agree with that.
Pierre Martin, coach, if Montreal has three solid goalies, Montreal in position to make a big trade with Primo coming up soon.
We don't have three solid goalies. That's the
Yeah,
problem, though, Pierre.
I
Each
don't
one
see.
has a problem.
I don't see this what happened about this one over there. I really going to follow Mr. Natal a lot of because now I'm doing a lot of abs every day, right? So I'm going to really more deep on the prospect and give a resume of them. And we have a new there's something news coming in next year number 3. I cannot talk right now. I was going to say something, but I cannot do it. But we're going to follow prospect, and I still believe they have a wild card. It's Frederic Dichaud from London, and he's going to be a big year over there with the Sweden Hockey League. He have a really great year last season with Denmark, and it's a players where nobody talk a lot. They talk about Dorbs and Ohio State. They talk about Verbidic. I don't think so. It's a really big name over there. And then you have Primo. But I think we don't talk a lot about Frederic Dichaud, and it will be interesting to watching him for upcoming years. So for the Montreal Canadiens, and like honestly, my video today was about Jake Allen, and can talk about this. It was Allen right now or later, and I would be curious, Mr. Natap, what do you think about this question before we welcome you. Before I heard your answer, we want to welcome the captain of the Hockey Nation Live Show. We take a time right now to be calm and to be really really expressive
Poised, relaxed.
gratitude to the captain, the only one we have. We call him the man of the police, Mr. Danny T is back in the house tonight.
Danielson, welcome.
But we he's just back right there. But we have to hit. I believe the hit on him came with a game misconduct on the other day. Yeah, possible about this one over there. And talking about the captain, we're not talking about the assistant captain, Mr. Natap, Jose Duarte from
Jose.
upstate New York, back in the house.
All right. Hope you had a good birthday, Jose.
Stu back in the house, Mr. Natap.
Hey, Stu.
What a name. What a name. Can't wait to see that at the Boston Bruins, number 16.
You gotta watch how you emphasize that, Coach.
I know that. 3 games tomorrow. The USA play, the Canada play, and the Germany with not really big game. I think Canada will be the best game to watch tomorrow, Mr. Natap. Question for Alexandre Dubois. I know you have the answer. I will be back with you. Je vois pointeur le net à McDavid dans les 2-1 pour le 3e but. Donc, un beau geste de la part de Roy. He said, did you see the gesture of Joshua Roy to point McDavid for the hat trick?
Absolutely, yeah. There's a definite maturity to the kid, and I think he's going back to the queue this year, or is he eligible to play at the AHL?
I think he cannot be back in Laval.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
He's not complete.
So
It's 4 years. 16, 17, 18. He's going to be 19.
19, yeah.
Yeah.
So
No.
look for him to break
He's
all
already
sorts of
19.
records. Is he 19? I don't think so.
He play on his 19.
Okay.
Yeah. You have 2 more years to go in QM.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to break a lot of records, I feel, in the queue.
Yeah, absolutely right about that one over there. Miss Kelly in the house, Mr. Natap.
Hey, Kelly, welcome.
What about Mr. Roger Delaney? Welcome back, Roger.
Roger, the master. How's it going?
What about Mr. Natap to tell us, Jake Allen?
Yeah, I saw your video today. It was very good, Coach. To me, it's a bit of a dilemma because even though you might get more for Allen if you trade him at trade deadline time, the problem is the teams that are usually looking for a player at that point are teams that are doing well. They're in a playoff position. They're very high in the standings. So even if they were to offer you, a first or a second or anything along those lines, it's not going to be a very high pick. Whereas if maybe you trade him now, you might get some team that doesn't make the playoffs but needed a goaltender. Could get you a good pick anyways because they'll be low in the standings or lower. And what it does is it prevents Montreal from really progressing, especially if Carey Price is not ready. Then you're going to have to rely, on Monty and Primo, and that should almost guarantee you that you're going to have the first, second, or third pick overall.
Yeah, it's for me, and I know you bring the point today in the chat on the video comments, and then you have someone else also add. Do you believe the value of Jake Allen will be better now or the next 3 weeks, example, on before the upcoming season versus at the trade deadline?
Well, that's the a hard thing to figure out. Like I said, if you wait till the trade deadline time, it's going to be a team that you'll probably get a little bit more, but it'll be a team that finishes anywhere between first to maybe 10 overall, right? So it's not going to be a high pick, although it's a good year for picks. Whereas if you trade them now, you might get a higher pick, but it might not be a first. It might be a second. So you pick your poison. I say they leave him alone and don't trade him. I think we're going to need him here in Montreal.
At long term?
Well, definitely for this year. Long term, I think once Carey Price's contract is off our salary cap.
Yeah, he would be too old at that moment. But do you keep him? Like my point was, like, do you keep him next season?
If the price is right, I think, no pun intended. I think you would be well off to keep him. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. I hear that, Mr. Enotap. Roger, thanks so much for your comments about me. I appreciate that. Very kind for everybody. I'm reading the firm a bit area to find a replacement for Daniel Fur. He does not want to leave, but sounds like they are searching for a new leader.
Yeah, it's very.
You're absolutely right, Luciano, about this. He already is same age like Gary Bettman, like 72 years old, everything like that, and his contract is already expired. I think it was in July, so they are looking around. Yeah, it was an ex-NHL player, Mr. Enotap. It was a discussion about negotiation. I cannot recall it, who it was. As a new for the NAP, the NHLPA.
Successor.
Luciano is a great point. I just cannot remember the name of the players. They was thinking to get him involved with this. They talk about an NBA guy works in the top organization, top in the league over there. It would be possible to too. So
yeah,
they are searching for sure. Luciano, you're absolutely right about that one over there. So
I'm trying to remember his name. I know who you're talking about.
Yep. Bobby Bagadona's back in the house.
Bobby, how's it going?
Mon frère Taltal m'a fait un appel pour parler. Sorry to hear that, Mr. Bobby, for your brother. We wish the best for your brother,
Sorry
speed
about that.
recovery, and hopefully everything will be better for him. Very sad to hear that about that one
Yes,
over
indeed.
there.
Indeed.
Then we have Coach Jonathan. We believe so for fun. Not a problem, Kelly. It's all good. And Jay, bad news for the Blue Jays. I don't want to talk about the score.
Yeah, they had a bad game.
Price would play at the beginning of the season. I'm sure of that. He played in April.
Well, he did, but then he got re-injured with the knee, right? And we don't know exactly how that process, that plasma process went.
Yep.
So it's all contingent on his health and coming back.
Yeah, absolutely right about that one over there. It's a Barry Trust, Mr. Natab, win the best coach for the New York Canadiens. Now I'm talking about the Boston Bruins. We're testing something, guys, tonight in the chat. I'm going to get a couple of pools during the night because we try to figure out something else coming very soon. So don't, if you can participate at the pool, that'll just give us an idea how this works. Not how this works, we just want to see if it's good or not and the future. So
It's always good.
we just want to mention this to you guys about this. So what's going on about. So, Mr. Natap, we passed the time and we welcome everybody, and we are at the bottom of the chat. So let's get diving here and talking about we just talked about Jade, right? Everybody, I just want to remind everybody, every day, 11, 12, 1 o'clock, depends how much content I bet I put. Try to get a video about 8 to 14 minutes. And today we talk about Jake Allen. But inside the video, Mr. Natap, I put a 3-minute, well, maybe not 2 minutes of Connor Bedard and Austin Matthews, the drag shot
good.
they do.
Yeah.
And I compare both of them. One is a reason why Matthews go a little bit more wider because he's bigger. And Bedard, after he create his own style because he's shorter. And Matthews put some weight really on the left leg to quick release, and he dropped down. On the flip side, Bedard used his arm more to make some whip on it, and he stayed square a little bit more upper when he whipped the puck with it. So I just make a comparable that it was just a short one, and I put this in the side of this video. You have a chance watching this. That'll be understand. We try to create some contents every day about fun things you can learn about this, and then we follow Team Canada. So I make a video 1 minute. I'm coming with a short video for the next couple of weeks, but as a subject for another time, Mr. Natap. We have no time. Let's talk in Mr. Natap news of the day, and only one for the signature. Jake Wallman, 26 years old, signed a 1-year contract at $1.05 million. It was supposed to be on arbitration. Finally, they found a way to sign him. So it'll be interesting what he's going to do. It's not a big, just depth for the Detroit Red Wings, Mr. Natap. And tonight, NHL best coaches. Again, guys, we're going to flip this all over the map. We don't have no process or an off season. We just enjoy to be all together talking about hockey. That's the best thing about this. Why they are on the picture? I'll be honest with you. Scotty Bowman, Mr. Dap, is the #1 and most victories W and NHL. And you have different coach in live make an impact. Off ice, on ice. And I follow him when I was with the Laval Titan. He was with the Olympic Hall. And, the career of Pat Burns is very different. Like the Pat of never been a hockey player professionally. He was a police working at the police station, everything like that. And then he get a job with the Olympic. And then he been, coaching Robitaille and those kind of players in the time. And then he got a job with the Montreal Canadiens, went to Toronto. We know the story, New Jersey, and he won the Stanley Cup. And then he passed away. I think it's 12 years ago, Mr. Nata.
I think so. And
that's crazy. I think it was
maybe a little bit longer.
So with the cancer. So A great
Yeah.
human being here. And at some point, he was a French Canadian radio station, and it was really good. Like he was bringing a lot of great contents every day. I was listening him at 12 o'clock. I was at that time in Arizona, I believe, and it was the people really love it. And unfortunately, he lost the fight against the cancer. And
Yeah.
but again, he make his name in the front thing. Talk about have to stay in the game, and he find a way to get there. It was really demanding. It was really like you cannot play around him, right? It was a passion and dedication, everything like that. And that time in Sonata, we have no X and O. That's a really pure old school over there. And the trash can for all around the world, the locker room. I'm sure he kicked a couple of locker room, a couple of trash can over there. But that's the reason I put both picture, because they really for me they are really impressive for what they accomplished. And sure, I can go all in front of their coaches for sure. But I just want sharing with you about this one over there. And let me check back one more, Mr. Nata, before we start. And then we can go from there. Because I lost the track about this one over there. I think I'm good here. Price will be playing next year. Okay, got it. Price didn't get was physically after he played a bit. Coach for the
I believe he did.
But the spud. But the spud. Sorry about that, Mr. Natap. And I can go here tonight. I'll put on the forehead of Scotty. He's fine anyway. You'll be happy about that. Scotty, he's all right, Scotty. Luciano, we know ads are not going to be great for the next 2 years. Trade Allen now. By the time the team become competitive, it will be 36, 37.
It depends what you get, Luciano.
Do you believe right now, Mr. Natabi can get a first-round pick? And
right now,
yeah,
I think there's a better chance at trade deadline time than now, but you never know. You never know. I think
I'm not. I'm not agree with that.
I'm not confident.
At the trade deadline, he cannot get more. Because he's just a goalie number 2, and a number 2 goalie at the trade deadline. He's not like Marc-André Fleury, so he's not going to get a big piece. Like if a team want him at the trade deadline, it's more like a backup. So he's not going to give them a number 1. Does it make sense? Like you're not going to have like Tampa or Nashville or Minnesota, or he's not going to get. You're not going to steal the job at the team and now is already in the playoff to get a solid pick in return.
Yeah,
right now.
That's not the way. But that's not the way I'm thinking about it. You're right. I understand what you're saying, but the way I'm looking at it is if you have a top team that's doing extremely well and then they lose their starting goaltender around trade deadline time. The thing is, it doesn't matter that he's not a number 1 goalie for a short period of time, like the playoffs and maybe 10 to 15 games left in the regular season. He can handle it. And then he's a free agent at the end of the year, so you don't have to hang on to him. He's just a rental for a team that has that window right now.
But they're not going to give him a first-round pick in return.
It depends how desperate the team is. But I agree. I'm not saying that they're going to get a first.
Just right now, Vegas need 1.
Yeah.
So if you trade Allen with a first-round pick for the first-round pick, whatever is 2024, and you pick a bad contract with that one, with Allen, an Armia, or Hoffman, I think Montreal is a winner, and you get Nicolas Hag in return.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what I understand. And at the end of the day, and I was on the flip side a couple of days ago. Oh, no, we need him. And I'm thinking, so, you know what? With him, Mr. Natap, without him, who matter who is the goaltender? We're not going to jump in from 28 to 23 anyway. We're going to stay from 28
if anything,
to 30.
he's gonna keep you in games, which is not necessarily good, right? You want to try to, I'm not going to say you want to try to tank, because I don't think anybody sets out to do that consciously, especially the athletes, right? They all want to win. But, if you don't have a goalie, we saw last year, as soon as Allen went down for an extended period of time, Monty and Primo were having all sorts of trouble. We were losing games like 8 to
But
2.
this happened before with not with Martin Saint Louis. It's happened with
Right.
Dominic Charm.
No, a couple of the games, even with Martin St. Louis, a couple when they didn't have him. As soon as Allen came back, and then Price played, but Price didn't have a great, few games that he played either. Like we saw the lack of
And the second
movement
thing,
from
can
one
you
side to
afford
the
to have
next.
Jake Allen after that at $4 million?
No,
That's the problem. So for me,
no.
I go right away now.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Mr. Terry T is in the house. Gogol is back in the house tonight. Welcome back, Gogol.
Google, how's it going?
The Ken Dryden with him over there. Welcome, everybody. Nicolas de Gobi Bono, Claude Julien about the Boston Bruins. We're going to check that one very soon. And Luciano, you're out of the way. We decide to keep you. Here we go. Brian is an amazing coach. Roger, Danny, 24/7 likes. Pat Byrne was an amazing coach for Jose Duarte. That's right there. Pierre Martin talk about Dick Irvin to Blake and his tavern, a sport on Sainte Catherine. And we have Mr. Jeffrey Alter is in the house.
Hey, Jeffrey.
And with Price, is he start the year, then he has a relapse and is done. Just leave now, then putting Montreal in the problem early in the both of you here trade with the apps about that one there. And again, we don't know about him. Pat Burns,
No news.
Carey Price. That's the
Carey
biggest
Price.
concern we have right now, right? So,
Yeah.
Pat Burns all the way, Danny. The 1989 have a very well coach. They really should have beat the Flame that year. 1989, yep. They lost in 5 games with Lonnie McDonald. Bobby, reading some news today, it looked like, and maybe give us some better expression, Bobby. It looked like the Golden Knight may just stay with Logan, Brunswick, and Hutchinson. Do you think they are willing to see injury to trade until they make a move?
Oh, good luck with that. I mean, I like Thompson. Hutchinson's is a liability.
You know, Bobby, it's not bad. Like, they don't have to go on the urgency right away anyway. They can, Thompson showed Mr. Natap he was solid at the end of the year last season with them. So he can start the
Yeah.
season. Bronswell is a good backup number 2, and then they can reevaluate after a couple of weeks after that. Okay, really we need to figure out something here. And now you're going to see the salary cap, the long journey, like the player get. So it's a good comment, but I like this. I don't, who care about Hutchinson, but you can name anybody else. But I like how you present this, Bobby. I don't know, Mr. Notar, what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, those two can obviously start off the year, but it's for a team like we were speculating that could have a great comeback this year and go much further in the playoffs. This could really set them behind now.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's not the ideal situation, right? It's not like what you believe is going to happening and make a great year with what they have. But I think to be a little bit more patient, it can be a good way to do that.
Yeah.
And see what
Be
other
patient.
things they have to offer to you and everything like that. So I think it's I think he bring a good point.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. William McClary, welcome aboard. Pat Quinn, Mr. Natap, another great coach, about this one over there. We're going to flip a little bit what's going on. His Prizer himself is on the money. Yes, for sure, about this one over there, Mr. Pierre. I tried to get everything there, so we have something else. I owns golf with Bowman. Nice guy until I asked about the Lemieux back. He never said and no other word to me. That's a good one about this one of them. I really can understand what the hell Danny is so happy for the leave about this. Ron, Daryl Sutter also gave the best press conference answer. Ron, about Daryl Sutter.
Daryl Sutter.
Um,
all his 5 words. Yeah.
Mr. Ed Pantinker is back in the house. Eddie.
Ed, how's it going?
Montreal Scully was the best. Ed said he would go with 2 young goaltender. Jacques Lemaire, Pierre Martin talk about Jacques Lemaire, the great coach. Jacques Lemaire make a couple of years with Montreal, but he really make the Minnesota Wild for many years with Mario Tremblay and Doug Riseborough over there. Gilles Soutreau, Yann, he was one that when it became batting coach, he would not understand why the player couldn't hit double every swing. William mentioned about this one over there. What about Coach Claude Genville, Joel Genville, Mr. Natap?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was, he coached for, I think, around 24, 25 years. He had close to 1,000 wins. He would have hit that mark if he was still with the Panthers this past year. It was Chicago. He was part of a great dynasty there, and winning the couple of cups that they got. And I think he also won the Jack Adams award back in 2000, maybe.
He never won in Chicago?
No, not in Chicago. I think he won it with
St. Louis Blues.
St. Louis, yeah.
What about Roger Nilsson?
Roger Nilsson sort of changed the complexion of the game, I thought. He was known as Mr. Video. He brought a whole new dimension to the game where he started analyzing and looking for commonalities in the game and the way the players, played and sort of structured. The team was structured, and it was great. It led to a trend that to this day, obviously, has continued for obvious reasons.
What about Ken Hitchcock?
Oh, Kenny. How long? He's been coaching he had been coaching for around 20 years or so.
Definitely.
Very, very much a technician. But it was his way or the highway a lot of times, and you can sort of understand that because, his resume is quite full. He's been on Team Canada's. He's he's had success there. I think he only had the one Stanley Cup with Dallas back in the I don't know. I think it was 1998 or something. But he's one of the winningest coaches in the league, so you can't argue with that. The problem is a lot of the players, as they changed, his style became a little bit more obsolete.
Yep. At the Mr. Natap, 5 winning cup as the Toronto Maple Leaf App Day, make an impact long time ago. Talking about the same way, Mr. Natap. KLS is in the house. Welcome aboard, KLS.
Hey,
Scotty Bowman. William bring Fred Sherrill, Mr. Natap.
You see, I remember him mostly from the Philadelphia days, especially with the Broad Street Bullies. I don't know. I wasn't. I'll be honest with you. Personally, I wasn't a huge fan of Fred Sherrill, but that's just me. I don't know. I don't know what more to say about him.
And welcome back, Mr. Renault, Mr. Natap. And we welcome him.
Renault.
First of all, Renault, thanks to be with us. What about Glenn Setter?
Well, his playoff success alone, puts him as probably one of the top NHL coaches of all time. Like he's got he had more problems as a GM than he did as a coach. I think his winning percentage was like very good as a coach. But then again, if you look at the team that he coached, that would kind of give it away why his record was what it was. Even in the playoffs, I think his record was very good. Like, probably I wouldn't be surprised if it was in the high 600s. Um, I don't think I mean, he won 4 Stanley Cups with the Oilers. And I think he won the Jack Adams once or twice. I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely he's up there in my books.
Yeah, for me, it's about to keep when you have the horse in front of you, that's a one thing, right?
Yeah.
But after
Yeah.
you get them, how we can put them together, the chemistry, and then like anything else, they patch up all the time. The Lifo Golan, the Asa Tikkanen, and the Lumley, and those kind of players came always at the behind everybody else. Year after year, 3, 4 new players, and he keep them to make successful the others. He did a good job with the
Yeah.
Rangers. I think you're absolutely right about this.
Did it surprise you, Coach, that his record as a GM was nowhere near his record as a coach?
I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
Okay.
For me, it's like a coach is very different like a GM. Coach is about adjustment quickly. GM's more about long-term patient prediction, future, and everything like that. And when you coach, you manage players. When you GM, you manage staff, employee, and it's not the same thing. I've always said, you have the business operation and the hockey operation. It's not fit for everybody. And
Right.
whatever he's been there for a long time, I understand that. But I think he never been that kind of than how he dominate behind the bench versus behind the desk for me about that. But we have Mr. Nat in the house tonight.
Hey, Nat. How's it going?
Jeffrey said that what we should get from the return doesn't need to play leave with Adam, can we get back? Exactly, Jeffrey. You put someone, my plan would be put Hoffman, and I understand they don't have a lot of money over there, but try to make an army that open up at 3.5 with Allen, 2.8, that gave them 6.2. Get back maybe Nicola Hag as a defenseman. Yeah, but coach is a left defenseman. Yeah, but he play on the right side for the Vegas Golden Knight. That's an additional great. And then you try to get a first round pick. Oh, but it's not 2023. It's not a matter. You get something at 2024. So that will give them now 3 years with at least a minimum 2 first round pick. I don't think so. Adam's going to give you a first round pick at the trade deadline. So that would be my best way to do that. Bobby, talk about Lindy Ruff, Mr. Natap.
Yeah, I mean, you can't discount Lindy Ruff. I mean, he coached. I gotta believe. I mean, he's been there a number of years. I'm trying to
Oh,
think of how
Buffalo, it's
many.
been 70 years.
Yeah, like he's gotta be close to 20 years himself. But I thought he was a good combination of being a technician and also a motivator. Um, he brought that to the game for sure. When he was with Dallas for 4 seasons, he helped bring that team up quite a bit. And overall, I think I don't know what spot he lies in terms of most wins, but he's got to be up there because he's got to have at least 700 wins, is my belief. So he's got to be one of the top, 6, 7 in terms of victories.
Quinn won the Olympic and the Gold Junior, Mr. Natap, but
He
never
did,
won the Stanley
yes,
Cup
yes,
at Quinn. What
that's
about
correct.
Mike Kinnon?
Uh, yeah. Today, I'm not sure. He did probably hit 20 years. I'm not sure his style would work as much today. You know, he coached many different teams, and the problem, like, I gotta say, would you say about seven, eight different teams, coach, for Keenan?
Mike
At
Kinnon?
least, yeah, at least 7 or 8 teams that
Yeah,
I can
possible.
remember. Um, and even though he did win the Jack Adams once or twice, um, like that style, that
Eight team.
intimidation kind of 8 teams, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that it just became a little bit obsolete as the times changed, I think, and I don't think it works in today's with today's athlete. But his record is impeccable, really, when you look at it.
Won
It's
the
just
Jack Adam and 84, 85.
right, yeah.
And Lenny Ruff, 782 W,
Hmm.
1600
Doesn't surprise.
game. Which
That's
team he
amazing.
coached, Mr. Natap?
Who?
Lindy Ruff.
He Buffalo, New Jersey, um, Dallas.
I always forget Dallas with him.
Yeah, those 4 years, 4 or 5 years he had with Dallas, which helped the team immensely. I thought it was a good push for that team to
Dick
move forward.
Irvin for the leave at the Avs, 27, and only missed playoff 3 times, four Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about Dick Irvin, right? Like he's a legend himself.
He not only behind the bench, he make an impact in the hockey. Some players, some coaches, some GM, some owners uh, make an impact in hockey, evaluate the hockey on different ways, right? I think Dick Irvin did it for like
Yeah,
Sam Pollock or to Blake or some kind of players like that, Bobby, or I can go all the way, but I think Dick Irvin deserved that kind of about
yeah,
this.
and his record would have been better, but because he was around for like at least 25 years. But the fact that back then they only played whatever 40, 50 games, that kind of reduced the number of victories he accumulated in his career.
Jacques Lemaire won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, Jacques Lemaire, uh,
The
very
Trap.
cerebral, very cerebral. I just he didn't handle Guy Lafleur well. When he was with Montreal, that kind of led to problems and the retirement of Lafleur. So that part was sad to see how it was handled, but you can't dispute what Lemaire has done as a coach, especially with New Jersey.
What about Herb Brooks?
Yeah, Brooks. Yeah, I thought he was good. I can't. I don't have any stats on him that I can remember really, but I thought he was solid.
Well, Herb Brooks is like Team USA 1981, the miracle on the ice, honestly.
Yeah,
It's only one make a very good impact, Mr. Notap, in the USA hockey, youth travel, and hockey in the USA on 12 level. He's been with them for years and with books and everything like that. So that's what Herb Brooks, a little bit the Roger Nelson in Canada, you know.
yeah,
Burks, it was really the one in the USA. That's really what it was for them. I love to believe Jim and Joe Watson from the Smithers, BC, two hockey players, have a couple of years in the NHL. The Watson family about this. Scotty Bowman, hands down, the best NHL coach. You're absolutely right about this. Yeah, Jacques Demers was good with Detroit, Mr. Nota.
he was, and even the year with Montreal again, strictly a motivator, and he was able to harness as much out of all his players as possible, and that's what led to that cup for Montreal. Um, but he wasn't an X and O man coach, and but he definitely was one of the best motivators.
I understand Tortorella been 6 years with Columbus, everything like that, but those kind of players, the coach, Mr. Natab, the one have they are not like knowledge a lot about hockey, but really
Yeah,
focusing on the speech, on motivation, on how you can bring the best of the players, right?
that's right.
The problem they have is their voice get eliminated quickly after X time behind the bench. So my point is after 3 4 years, it's not work anymore. The player doesn't want to do this anymore. And obviously, that's where they pay the price. They must have about 20 years in NHL in the WHA, but never been in the same team for more than 4 years. And the reason why is because at some point you cannot get more from them. So you can motivate them, but after that, the turnover. And if you still the
Yeah.
same team with year after year, I feel like those kind of coaches struggle because of they only go with the motivation. Does it make sense?
Yes. Yes. It has a shelf life.
Yeah, I tried to give you the best answer for Tortorella. He did 7 years with Tampa Bay, but he been 766. But I'm talking about more Jacques Demes. But again, that kind of message does not pass after that.
Yeah.
Um, all right, Mr. Nona. Wow, Mr. Williams said, punch him like Mr. Natap.
Of course, Punch Imlach. How can we forget him? I thought he was a good coach, but again, it was his way or the highway most of the times. A
Yeah,
lot of the
absolutely.
earlier coaches were that, and that worked in those days. It doesn't, in my eyes, it doesn't work very well today. Obviously, I think communication is more the the key that stays on brand with what is needed to develop a team now, understanding and developing on an individual basis with the players, and that's where the coach has to meet them.
Well, I would say coach now is becoming a skater and a teacher, and you
Yeah.
still have to learn. If you don't do that, you're behind. Brent Sutter for the Boston Bruins from Bobby.
Um, I don't know how long he stayed with the Bruins. Do you remember how long, Coach?
I think it's 4 years, but I can look about this.
Only 4 years. Yeah. I
He's
mean,
been
I
to
have
St. Louis
more.
Blues, Calgary, and Chicago, but with Boston, honestly, he was fired at the 4 years with them.
Yeah.
But he done. He
See, I
won the
have.
he won the Jack Adams. I'm sorry, 90 91.
Yeah, personally, I have more recollection of Daryl Sutter uh, than Brian um, in terms of the coaching style. Brian,
But
I'm
when he
drawing
was with Boston, he
blanks.
did very well. The team was pretty good, and he did very well over there. I'm talking about at the beginning of 93, 94, 95. Mr. Natap, he had like 649, 567, 594.
Mm,
That's
okay.
pretty good about that one over
Yeah.
there. What about Jack Adams?
Well, how can you leave him out of
The
you
equation.
know exactly? I mean, the award is named after him for sure. Um, yeah, he spent at least 20 years himself as a coach in Detroit. Um, the I don't know if he coached anybody else. I think he was just with Detroit, if I recall. And some of his numbers again don't rank as high as some of the other coaches, but again, it's more a reflection of the time because we're talking in the 50s and early 60s, I think.
Yep.
Um, or no, actually early 50s with him. So obviously they weren't playing as many games, maybe just 50 a year or so. So the numbers are not as inflated.
Ed said Scotty Bowman invented the Russian. It took 2 years to perfect, but devastation once it was in place.
The Russian Five.
Yeah.
Trying to remember who they all were.
I think he talked about the 5 player skating, and I think that's what he's talking about. He refer, I could be on here, but that's what
I'm trying to remember.
And Mr. Big T said that Josh Kennedy. So, Josh Kennedy, awesome. Baron, Mr. Baron, welcome aboard.
Hi, Baron.
Natalie said Pat Burns, Jacques Lemaire, and Scotty Bowman. Thank you, Nat, to give us a pick. I'm like 1-4 cup, but it's a cool old school coach who did not adjust in the end. Great point, William.
Yeah.
Have a good night,
Very much
Natalie.
Intimidation.
And Jose, John Brophy was a great coach as well.
The Brof.
We call him Mr. Bag. We call him Coach Bag. Remember, like the trash bag announced with a guy with the white hair on TV.
Yeah.
So John Brophy got white hair, and the reason I'm talking about this. Oh, we're missing a tap. It's time to stop and the first super chat of the night. Roger Réjean. Chop, chop, chop. River. Chop, chop, chop. $2. Reggie. British Columbia, Mr. Nartap is coming from British Columbia. Reggie, the man. Réjean is a big fan of the Hockey Nation show, was with us at the beginning. Thanks so much, Mr. Réjean.
Oh, my God.
And that's in our tap.
Thank you very much.
And we go like that. Yeah. But finish my story. John Brophy, I was with Roanoke Express when I came here in USA at the beginning. And we was in the East Coast Hockey League. And they have like, I don't know, it was the South Division. I think, anyway. So in Virginia, they have 3 teams. Roanoke, Richmond, and Hampton Roads. And he was in Hampton Roads, him. And us was at Roanoke. So it was really an extremist. Like we are on the mountain. He was on the beach. Well, on the water over there. And they have like kind of Navy base over there. Anyhow, you have 7,000-8,000 people every night when we play over there. And John Brophy been there for many years before he passed away a couple of years ago again. But always have a great team over there. And then a lot of players, Dominique Maltais, a lot of French Canadians play for him. And, everybody call him the trash bag because of his hair. But a lot of respect for John Brophy for what he brings on the East Coast Hockey League. At the middle 90s and the beginning of 2000. So that's my story with John Brophy.
Awesome.
Coach, do you think we will ever see the coach general manager dual job again?
No, it's just too big of a. We saw that one man alone in Bergevin couldn't do it this year or last year. Not last 9 years for Montreal, and it's become such a demanding, especially with a lot of players coming from different countries and different countries improving their brand of hockey. It requires a lot of people in the equation, and it's not the same thing. You'll never see a dual coach and GM.
You're absolutely right about this. Impossible anymore, William, with the salary cap right away there, and then the draft and everything involved as the only general manager. And then after that, you have to coach. It's too much to handle this. And, you have like almost like 3 assistant GM now. So I'll just give you an idea how this works now. So, a great question about it. Welcome, Mr. Frederick North. Welcome aboard, Fred. And Mr. Marco Larabi is in the house tonight.
Hey, Marco, how's it going?
Al Arbour is in the mix, 20 years with the New York Islanders, won the Stanley Cup 4 time. Yeah, it was the
Amazing.
first question in the pool tonight, Marco. And for me, it's like one of the, from 80s to 2000, maybe Arbour was the best coach in the NHL.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And he also holds the record for the Islanders for most wins, longest served coach. I think playoff wins. He's entrenched in history.
Absolutely right about that one over there. And he won a 78 79 the Jack Adam Award, so Mr. Not that. 20 years with the Islanders, 3 years with the Blues, and that was a record in NHL. Great. You have the same kind of number, Mr. Natap, win like Landy Raft right now.
A little bit less, I think, but yeah, you're right. In the same neighborhood.
Now,
But
yeah, I'm
Lindy's,
curious now.
yeah.
No, Mr. Natap is exact the answer.
Oh, is it really?
It's funny.
They had the exact wins.
782 and 1631 for Ruff, right? And Arbor
Yeah.
is a 782 and 1607.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah. And
that's amazing.
yes. And exactly the same kind of number the years. No. Yes. Or maybe one more year for Arbor. That's funny.
Harbor, yeah.
That's funny. Watch this about that. Rick, welcome. Barrett is rocking up the leaderboard. Might end up being top three in the win by end of this career.
I think he's already at third, if I'm not mistaken. Overall, might end up being top three in wins. I think he's up there.
I don't have it in
If
front
he's
of me
not,
right now.
yeah, he might be very close. If I'm not mistaken, but like you look at what he
Yeah, he's the
did with,
third most win.
yeah,
At the winning,
amazing
yes,
coach.
active in NHL.
He's been a winner no matter where he's been. Right, started
Yeah, he won
with
twice the Jack
Washington.
Adams.
Yeah.
He sits second all time and game coach, by the way.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Great point, Marco. Alabro Defilé and the mix, Marco. Blackhawks fan 97, welcome aboard. Jacques Lemaire turned the game as a coach. You can argue not in a good way. That trap.
The trap. He did what had to be done to win.
Yeah, absolutely right. Bowman has coached the Canada men national ice hockey team in the national level 20 career, and then he came saying won the goal over the Checha. Pierre Martin report about Scotty Bowman and silver and the 1991 Canadian Cup again the Soviet Union.
That's right.
About this one over there. Night. Looking forward to another chat. No problem. Ed, have a great night, my friend. Unread what Jacques Demers did without being able to read. Think about that a minute for him. Mark Rabinowitz, welcome aboard. The year before he came to Detroit, he brought the team to Campbell Conference on his first 2 years. You're absolutely right, Mark.
Yeah,
He
right.
won the Jack Allen twice, I believe. And Pat Burns is only one, get won 3 times. But you're absolutely right. Great comments, Mark. And welcome aboard, by the way. Ron said, I don't think we will see Trout's coach again.
I'm not so sure, Ron. I still just think he probably. We don't know exactly why he didn't take the Winnipeg job or any other job for that matter. But I think maybe there might be some family issues or something that he needed to tend to. But I suspect he'll be around. He'll come back.
For me, I
He's just
think
too
more
good.
as a staff management, like a special advisor or something like that.
You think so?
Yeah. I think you have family and everything like that has keep them that
Yeah.
this direction over there. When you do this for 20 years, Mr. Natap, it's really demanding now compared before. It's 16 hours per week. And with pressure, everything like that, it's hard for your body.
Yeah, that's
So,
definitely true.
after that kind of number of years, maybe it's time to get that over there. Again, when you coach one day, you coach for the rest of your life. Look, Boris Boudreau and everything like that, right? Mike Babcock is still in Saskatchewan, but again, I don't say he would not do it, but I would not be surprised he's in the game as a staff management. Backer mine, Reggie Villag. Thanks so much, my friend.
Hey, Reggie.
Barry Troy is awesome. I saw the special on him and his son years back. Thank you so much about this one over there. Thank you, Mr. Ron. Bobby, Lester, Patrick, Mr. Nata. With the New York Rangers.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what his record more or less was.
I can give it to you in a few seconds. 27 to 39, Mr. Natap, 600 game, 281, 216.
281, 216. Yeah.
He won the Stanley Cup champion twice, 27
Twice,
and 32.
Yeah.
So, not too bad.
Yeah, very good numbers.
I think it may be Steve Eisen for his coach about the Mercer. Mike Robinette, Detroit 86 to 90. The Paul Frederick Rock School. Yeah, Marco. I stopped, but yes. It was Eisenman for his goal. This is the one who make Eisenman the captain. Tumon Danny. Thanks so much, Ron. Very kind of you. Jose, have you been to Switzerland, Frederic? All right. Can you give me 3 coaches who have an active today and won't be around too much longer because they are old school, still won't work anymore?
Well, it looks like right now we're seeing that happen to Babbage. Babcock, not Babbage. I don't know if he'll return. I don't know if...
He's talking about active.
Well, I mean, would you consider Quenville active? I mean, I know
I don't know. He's talking about the 30s goals right now active. I'm not sure if you talk on this. Right now we have an NHL. We talk about coach.
So the ones that are currently coaching right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So do you put Tortorella in that category?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And maybe
Daryl
Sutter could be another one. Yeah.
Bruce Boudreau.
But Bruce is a little bit different. I think he's
Peter
more of a
Laviolette.
communicator. That might be a good one.
I'm not talking about the old school does not work. I'm just talking about the old
that won't
mentality
be around long.
coaches. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
What about Ron Wilson?
Ron Wilson.
Many years with Toronto, St. Louis, Los Angeles, I believe.
I don't have very good memory.
San Jose, Washington, Toronto. The Mighty Ducks, of course. 1400 games, 648. 0.531.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Wouldn't put him in the top or best category.
We have the Penguin 678 back in the house. Mr. Penguin, welcome back. Rick Bonnes has a crazy career like the Energizer Bunny, Marco said.
Yeah. And you would think that he'd be one that wouldn't be returning, but here he is.
That's another one with old school mentality.
That's right.
As a precise style is art on the sensitive feeling of today. You're absolutely right about this. What about Randy Carlyle?
Yeah, Randy. I mean, he was with a couple of three teams that I can remember.
Well, with
But
Anaheim in my head, I know he'd been with Toronto,
yeah,
but he's
oh,
really built
Toronto.
his name with Anaheim in my.
Yeah, didn't didn't have a stellar record though.
No, because those times he was not always great with Toronto. His record, is, I'm sure, is
No,
not great. 5.35.
no.
Anaheim, so he was pretty good. 0.586. But you talk about old school, that's a tough one, him.
That's another one. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what got him in trouble in Toronto too.
What about Alain Vigneault?
Um, he's probably in the top. I'm trying to think in terms of wins. Probably in the top 10, I would say. He's been successful. Where at most of the places he's been, but I don't think he's ever won a cup. In my if I recall correctly, I don't think he ever won. Did he?
Never win a
He's
Stanley
got
Cup.
he's got to be in the 700s probably too for wins. I would say.
Top 20
Um,
in NHL.
yeah.
Yep.
Did he win the Jack Adams Award
Yes. 06, 07.
with who? Vancouver.
Yes.
Okay.
His first year with Vancouver when he left Montreal. But he been 5 years with no NHL.
Right. Right.
So he had like 16, 19 years in NHL. He been Vancouver, Rangers, Montreal, Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep. So that's what happened about him. What about Barry Melrose?
With the LA Kings is what I remember most.
Yeah.
I just remember the infamous stick measurement that prevented him from getting a cup. That's
Pete
for
Monte
sure.
said that he coached Ottawa All Canadian and the QM. And 2 years later, the came coached by Bowman and managed by Sam Bullock, won the Memorial Cup in 1958, Mr. Notap.
Yeah.
Per character turning around where he said, say is on one loses his glasses, Mr. Thanks so much for the super sticker. Baka eating by work, son téléphone, moi, the Canadian, he moved into the coaching job with the Peterborough Beats. And thanks so much, Pierre. Thanks so much, Marco, and Réjean. Then go there, the story. La Violette. Peter Laviolette, Mr. Notap.
Very successful. Obviously, you know, for over, I would say, 2 decades. So he's got to be close to about 20 years of coaching himself. I'm trying to remember all the teams he's been. He's been with the Islanders. He's been with Carolina, Philadelphia, and somewhere else. I can't remember now. But, well, he's with Washington now, right? Is he with Washington? Yeah, I think so. He's got 700 wins for sure. Um, and of course, you know the different cups he's won. I think he's got 4 cups altogether.
Yep.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about
He's definitely one of the best. He probably is in the top 4 or 5 in terms of victories as well.
Michel Bergeron, le Tiger?
Michel Bergeron. Who said that? Who brought
Marco.
that up? Danny? Oh, Marco did.
But then he was
Very.
agree.
Yeah, I know. I know. Le Tigre. Le Tigre.
Yep.
I yeah. I hated him just like I did most of the Quebec Nordiques at the time. But he seemed to get the most out of the players he had.
Another Jacques Demers star. All about
Yeah.
motivation, everything like that.
Motivation, yeah.
Pierre Martin, quiz for coach. Scotty Bowman win loss and Stanley Cup final only.
Who's Scotty Bowman's?
Yeah.
Oh,
He talked about
it's
only
got
the
to be
Stanley Cup final, so he did not lose a lot of Stanley Cup. I
no,
would not be surprised he's at 700,
maybe even higher.
maybe higher.
Yeah.
Because he went with Pittsburgh, Montreal, Detroit. So I don't have the exact number, but he did not lose a lot,
Yeah,
a lot
no,
of
he
playoff.
didn't.
I love the
Like,
game.
but are we talking about just when he was with Montreal or when he
No,
was with
and I
St.
think his career, I believe.
Oh, so maybe it's not that high. It's not in the 800.
But Stanley Cup final, I think he is. Only the finals, and I think that's only when he been at the final Stanley Cup.
Yeah, because he has 3 with Detroit.
Yep.
He had 5 with Montreal. And I think
So
he has one in Pittsburgh too.
yeah, one in Pittsburgh.
So 5, 3, 8, 9. I don't know how many finals he's been to, but yeah,
Ron
you
said
know
he
what?
is at 914.
Yeah. That's not surprising.
Yep. Lindy Ruff did not win anything, not the same league as Albert. No, we just talk about the
But he's one of the more winningest coaches.
game
That's
number
under
update.
him.
Chicago reached a one-year contract with Caleb Jean-Philippe Kurachev. You're absolutely right about this. Thank you so much to let us know this. Luciano goalie sound to be underage special. So much stress on the body. A modern game. Mr. RDP is in the house. Mr. Nortap. Deal or no deal?
Deal.
Marco, Barry Trotz, best coach without a neck. Not sure how. He had the swivel around. Yeah, absolutely about
his
this
whole
one.
body.
Our fans do not know who Trotz is. You may Colorado for the channel. Coach, most likely to have a stroke on the bench.
Tortorella, probably.
Yeah, I don't know about that one there. I just think. I will see something on the hockey night about Trotz and Cooper are from the same town, play on the same place. About that one over there. Boudreau is a player coach. He like a mustard on his hot dog. Marco? Yep. He loves French fries too.
There it
everyone
is.
knows Ron Wilson. Mr. Eor, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us tonight. Marco, best European coach ever.
Ivan Alinka.
Yeah, I think
One of the
Krosberg
ones.
for the Sweden team now. It's really a good one for sure. You know, so we put European like Russia, not.
No.
All right. Not going to talk about him.
Okay.
Thanks, Nick. Personal discussion, maybe. How long until we see a female head coach in NHL should have happening already?
I think within the next 5
2 years. 2 years.
I think we'll see a couple of assistant coaches.
Oh
first.
yeah. I'm talking. Oh, female head coach. Oof.
Head coach, yeah.
Oh.
So I'd say
no.
5 years.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Oh yeah.
more.
Oh yeah. Alain Vigneault ad was not good.
Not with the Habs.
Edmonton. If Coach Q come back, do you think he's still around there long enough to beat Bowman winning? No.
It depends. Who's he with?
He's already at most like 69, 68, Canville.
Wins?
No. Age.
Age. Yeah. Because he'd have to be around for quite a few more years before he.
Like, that would give him almost like 4 years.
Yeah.
As an
What's-
yes, Kelly. I
What's the
believe
number
on
of
Joel
wins for
Campbell.
for Bowman.
So again,
How many wins does Bowman have?
1244.
1244. Yeah, he
I gave him about
yeah
300
yeah
W. I gave him about like, like I said, like
yeah he needs about 260 wins. So yeah, that's gonna be hard.
William Bolt, Canville, Babcock, and the gel. Which active player and NHL do you predict will be an NHL coach one day?
That's I'm looking at Bruce Arians here. Is that what? Which question was it, Coach?
Which active players and NHL do you predict it will be an NHL coach one day?
Oh, um, I could see someone like Paul Byron.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, for me, it seems like a lot of times some of the best players do not make the best coaches. We saw those experiments with guys like
It's always the
Gretzky when
bottom
he
six
tried.
players, all right? I was
Yeah,
looking for the bottom six. And then a
because
goalie
they
become more a
struggle.
GM in hockey.
Yeah, and they understand the struggles that are behind each player and how they need to develop to get better. Whereas the players like Gretzky, that everything came easy to them in terms of the vision of the game, the skill set that they had. Sometimes it's hard to comprehend why another player can't match those skill sets or that intelligence on the ice. So that's probably why.
Yeah. Glenn Sutter, we talked about him earlier. Best coach never win a cup. I don't know the best coach, but Alain Vigneault is one of them.
Yeah,
Larry Ruff, Lindy Ruff.
Lindy Ruff. Yeah. Um, Anybody else?
Um, Bat Quinn.
Pat Quinn never won. Yeah, that's right. Roger Nielsen never won.
Thanks so much. Yeah, boy, Franco. Yep, that's the three name I mentioned right away, Mr. Natap. Thanks so much. Yo. Coach Natap, who is the field the best active coach today in NHL?
Currently, I like Cooper quite a bit. Um, I like the. I kind of like it's way too early. Obviously, I like the direction that somebody like a Martin St. Louis brings to the game. His skill set. I think that has the potential to turn out to be a good coach. The Colorado coach Bedard. Um, I think he's solid as well.
For me, it's Rob Brind'Amour for Carolina. Gerard Gallant for the New York Rangers.
Gallant is another one.
That's
Yes,
a
yes,
2-1 get out right there. You have to give credit for Berube, St. Louis, Evanson with Minnesota. That's a 2 good one right there. St. Louis because he never been again. He had no experience yet, so I have to wait at least 3 years before we consider him. He have
yeah,
the possibilities there, but we'll see how he's going to react about that. You have the double, and you can go all the way like that. But I think for me, Gerald Gallant, Rob Brind'Amour, Cooper are really the one. Really, you can give him any kind of team, they would figure out to make the team better. And I think we cannot slip on Bruce Cassidy. We're going to see him what he's going to look like this year. Is it the culture of Boston make him better? I don't know yet, so we'll see how he's going to look like in Vegas. That's what I'm looking for. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Mr. Nendal, welcome aboard. John Canville. We did not talk about him. Mike Crawford, Mr. Enotap.
Yeah, Crawford. I mean, I think his record speaks for itself, really.
Crawford had a great career, won the Stanley Cup, right? And,
yeah, he did.
Really great assistant coach, of course, and been another one heck of a long career in NHL longevity. Luc Laverson, welcome aboard. It's Bob Johnson, Mr. Enotap.
Yeah.
Very good one, Bob Johnson. Another one make the change of the game at Team USA or the USA program. Johnson did very well, of course, with the Pittsburgh. But,
with the US program, yeah, I could see that more.
Yeah. Did Enotap enjoy watching Dick Irvin Sr.?
No, just Junior.
John Muckler, the worst for him. Coach Q is only 63. He can coach to 70. Run with Kings. Yeah, I understand run, but he's not reinstalled with the NHL. So that's my concern about that one over there.
Still needs to get about 50 wins. 45, 50
Rand
wins.
Sexton, welcome aboard. We talk about Duncan Keith, Mr. Enotap.
Oh, as a possible coach?
Yeah, that's a good
That
point.
would be good. Yeah.
I like that. I like that pick. Will whoever coach in NHL again? For me, no.
I don't think so. I just think he wants a little bit too much autonomy.
Random player who would be a coach. Michael Bunting will also win Rookie of the Year at 57 years old. 37. Don't forget, click on the likes. I give Enotap a crystal. I wish I could give the coach crystal ball. Thanks so much. Rance at Sutter looks at Cooper. Bobby said great Perube. Talk about a question earlier. I thought I did, Marco. Martin said, "Louis is very calm, great energy, great motivator." Pierre Martin said, "Why do you think the Knights got rid of Gallant, especially without telling him? Was McCrimmon jealous, maybe?"
Who knows? It was a strange set of circumstances around that, just like it was with when they got rid of Marc-Andre Fleury for nothing, basically. Vegas sometimes doesn't. Their management is not very patient. I think the worst thing that happened to them was that first year they went right to the Stanley Cup Finals, and now it's become an expectation that they have to be there every year or close to it, and they're not at that stage.
And I know Bobby and Adam are big fan of Vegas Golden Knight. I respect that, right? But I always believe me, you build a culture with integrity and respect, and you have to treat everybody on the same level. Whatever you are, the GM, players, the guy clean up the locker room, every time that, you have to show them you care every time that. And the way they act, since they start with Gerard Gallant, and I can go with Marc-Andre Fleury, and we know what's happening, and everything like that. For me, I don't see it. And when you don't see it, the way they act, I don't see they can find a way to make. And I understand what Patrick said in the couple of weeks ago, and then Riley Smith said, no, it's not true. But it may be not all true or right, but I'm sure he hit some nails over there. I'm sure he got some nuggets of what's going on inside the locker room, inside the staff management, and around the team, everything like that. The Gerard Gallant, for me, it's all about, not about jealousy. It's always pay attention when you have a new general manager. He wanted to bring his own staff. He wanted to bring his own coach. He wanted to have his people under him. And McCrimmon got a job after Josh McPhee, and then boom, it's happening right away over there. And no reason to do it. No reason to do it. And they still pay the price for that. They never went after that. And they paid the price for Marc-André Fleury. The way they act like him, and the same way they did with Gallon. They gave him a contract with Sonata 2 weeks before they fired him.
That's
The only thing you have to do is sign the paperwork. They already gave him $5 million for 5 years. And never signed a contract. They fired him before that. The Marc-André Fleury, the way they just sent him out.
Yeah. I mean, he had no idea that was coming.
So you have a lot of mistakes like that. And that show to me this time is, and it's year after year. Always expect something crazy will happen over there, but
I know.
And again, Bobby is not being negative. Just tell you what I think. Cassidy might have a rough first year. Good coach. He got good goalie. I agree with you, Marco, about that one over there. Best Ginger goal all the time. Terry Cripps.
Best ginger coach.
Yep. Terry Cripps.
Until he didn't have any hair.
Did he just get retired? Behind the mic? A couple weeks ago, no?
I don't think so.
It's not him?
Not a couple weeks ago. It's been a while. Yeah. He's
I thought he was a radio TV show, a TV for the Flame or the radio, and they just retired this year.
We're talking about Terry Crisp?
Terry Cripps.
Crisp, yeah. He's I mean, his career ended in the 70s. And then
he played in the 80s, no?
No, I don't think so. I think he played into the mid 70s maybe, but he's got to be old. Like he's got to be around.
He finished in the 80s.
He did. He coached in the 90s.
He coached in 1987. He retired in 97.
97, yeah.
10 years in NHL.
He was with Tampa Bay for the longest time, I believe.
And as a hockey player, retired 1977. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And he's got to be at least 80 years old by now.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be someone else. Make a mistake. Yeah. Mike Mabry, the worst from Bobby. Luciano, yeah, we talked about Ken Hitchcock a little bit earlier. Good night, Alan. Terrible human, right, Luciano. John Nolan, when he was coach the Sabres.
Yeah.
No, it's Ted Nolan.
Ted Nolan, yeah.
Right, yeah. Never have a chance after that. Danny Sarvik was coach. Kelly Pierre said John Nolan was a fantastic coach. Coach who can trade the most unfairly in NHL history between Ted Nolan and Gala.
Probably Nolan.
Yeah, but again, Gala did the same thing happening to him with Florida Panthers.
With Florida, with Las Vegas.
So I can understand. Luciano, I believe Sid Crosby can be a great coach. I could be wrong here, Luciano, and I agree with you, but I see him more like a GM. Calm, patient, like another Steve Eisenman prototype.
And Joe Sakic. Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying you're not right, Luciano, because I think you're right about this. And we have William Snyder back in the house tonight. Jared Betnau did a good job. Yeah, absolutely right. Marco, Luciano Crosby will be a GM bucket next year or Sakic. It's funny, Mr. Natap, I never read anything. Like, if I make a comments, I don't look down. And sometimes the answer coming right away about that. KLS, what about Edvinsson scoring a nice goal today in the Wow. Edmondson, guys, KLS, smile when you go to bed every night. Think about the logo of the Red Wings every night and put Zaders on the top and put Edmondson at the bottom. And because he's going to be a great hockey player for that one over there. Looks at Ted Nolan. About this, I'll be coach for a long time. If it was not an Indian man, Kelly, blue, then the blue, blanc, rouge. Coach, you look better and bleu que the blue, blanc, rouge. About that one of them. I have no disagree about Grafford.
It's red and white below.
In Quebec. But once he left Colorado, he never got past the second round of the NHL playoff. You're absolutely right, Mark. And he's been more like an assistant coach. I think he became a better that way after he won the Stanley Cup, Mark, with that team. Bobby, think it was not fine. It was fine until they promote McPhee and Benkerman. Do you think that Foley should not do promote them, just keep them where they was, just pay them more money? Yeah, possible, Bobby. I don't know exactly. McPhee was been there for a year in the NHL with the Washington Capitals, so maybe responsibility-wise, he was not the one to do it more. But you're absolutely right about this one over there. Vegas local Gavin. All right. Terry Crick, Omeja for Calgary. Yeah, Montreal select his son at some point. Mr. Notap.
I'm thinking of Coco Crisp, but I think he was a wrestler.
What?
I'm thinking of Coco Crisp, but I think he was a wrestler.
Yeah, it's not the same. Chris Kosher, Calgary beat them in 1989. About that one over there.
Don't remind me.
I'm a huge Mac fan. I did not care about him with Pittsburgh, but he rebounded Vegas. Would take it back in New York minute even before Leonard got hurt. Yeah, it's coming very soon. Mr. Not, welcome aboard. Yes, friend name sometimes is very funny. What about Alan Vaillancourt? Welcome back, Mr. Alan Vaillancourt from Kentucky. Welcome back. And then we have Coach Solmac Crosby answer, Marco. Nick, I just tried to get what we have, Mr. I don't think Crosby would be as good as Eisenman Sagan. I don't think Sagan is good as Eisenman. Going to Chicago, one
too early.
South.
Too early to tell.
I agree with that one over there. Coco Cripps was a baseball player, outfielder.
That's right. He was
about this one over there. And would Carey Price make a good goalie coach?
No.
People think yes, but I'm not sure about this. Me,
I
think it would be a better coach and the horse rodeo. But that would be another subject. Mr. Natap, are you ready?
He's a cowboy.
The cowboy.
Oh my God!
Are you ready, Mr. Natap?
What are we ready for? Oh.
Here we go. That's the end of the night. Are you ready? Il fait froid. OK, coach au Québec pour le mois d'août. Are you ready? I remember Pierre Martin in our tap when I was... I always loved to play baseball during the summer. Like I played golf a lot when I was young. And I play like... I play baseball and then I retired baseball. I play like softball, something like that they call it. And...
softball. Yeah.
When we play at that time, the night, like after 9 o'clock, right? And in August, you have to wear like a long sleeve and wear your jacket and case because you never know at 8 o'clock and then the cold, you can feel the colds coming down. And that's what I remember the most when I was like 17, 18, 19 after that one over there. So that's what's happening about this. Free Straff, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us. That's time of the quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Nartap, are you ready?
I hope so.
Easy tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you know the story of Montreal Canadiens, you have a better chance to win because 5 questions about the Montreal Canadiens tonight. So I said, you know what? Keep this simple. Don't complicate everything. Put this under, over, or exact for question, and then good luck for another one.
Oh my God!
Here we go. We are ready for the first one of the night. Since 2000, 2001, Mr. Nata, how many W the Montreal Canadiens did since that season? 781 W. Do you believe it's under, over, exact? They won 781 times since the season 2000 or 2001. Good luck, everybody. Jose.
That would be 20 years.
RJ, Yann, Bobby, Marco. Blackhawks, Ron, Kelly. Danny, Noner, Vinny, David. Welcome back, David. Is it not him? He's going to be get married tomorrow or something like that? No?
Oh, yeah? Congratulations.
I think so. I have Luc Lafortune, Pierre Martin, Luciano, and no, not Emerson Atap.
I'm going to go with, let's see, 2, 4, that would be 40. I'm going to go under.
Under for A.
Oh my God!
We have a few people get it, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
And the letter is C. Bobby, Yann, Blackhawks, Vinny, Noner, Danny, and Luc Lafortune are the winner of this one over there. The big name, get out, Mr. Natap. Congratulations, David, for your wedding tomorrow.
Ah, congratulations.
You don't have to listen to my advice, but you should be at a strip club right now, but that's a subject for another time. Paris is still open until 3 a.m. Yeah, maybe time to go to Paris tonight. But that's a subject, Mr. Natap, one at a time. The Montreal Canadiens won 24 times with title of the division. Division. The word right now is division. And their history. Not a Stanley Cup, not a conference, not the league. Division. Under, over, or exact. And Nicolas, welcome back. Look like for go to Hooters. Blackhawks, welcome back. Run with Kings. RJ, Mark, Jose. Mark Barbie. Thank you. RJ, Danny, William, Luciano. Noner, Yann, Marco, Pierre, David. And Mr. Nata, Vinny, Kelly, Pierre Martin.
Man, I want to say exact, but because I think that's the direction you would go, but I believe it's over.
Oh my God!
Mr. Natap, something happened here.
Uh-oh.
Everybody was have a good first answer. The first question, they got it. They are all wrong. The second one. The answer, Mr. Natap, you should trust me because it's C. God. And
I knew you were going to do that.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 14 people with one good answer, ladies and gentlemen. 14. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Okay, next question. It's not under, over, exact. So we're going to take a little bit longer, Mr. Notap, about this one or that. All right? It's a statement. One of them is not true. I think I did not put it. Which one of the statement is not true? Abs won 23 times the league top standing, like the President Trophy. The Abs won 8 times conference, like the Eastern Conference. They missed 19 times the NHL playoff. They have 14 times of 11 tie season during their career, franchise, and they have 24 season under 500 during that franchise. A, B, C, D, E. Good luck, everybody. William, I got you. RJ, I got you. Mark, I got you. Yan, I got you. Nicola, I got you. Danny, I got you. Noner, I got you. Nat, I got you. David, I got you. Marco, I got you. Blackhawks, Vinny, I got you. Ron, I got you. Kelly, I got you. Pierre Martin, I got you. Here we go, Mr. Notap, it's your turn. Can you finally find a way to score one game?
I'm going to go with E.
Which one?
E.
Like which one? E?
Under 500?
500.
I don't think so.
All right. You not believe it, Mr. Notap, but this contest tonight is really strange for my eyes.
Oh my God!
The answer is D.
It's D.
Yes.
Okay.
And they did 13 times. They have 11 tie in their career. Kelly scored, but with the 14 people with one good answer, Mr. Notap, 2 of them take the lead. Danny T and Marco Larrabee are the leader of this contest on that moment, Mr. Notap. Unbelievable.
Bad night.
I have to make a correction here. Luc Laforcine is, of course, at 2, of course. So I apologize for that one. But, you know, that's okay. Well, why not to come back, Mr. Notap, under, over, exact. Easier for everybody. How many times they won 2 times against the NHL team last season? So how many times they beat a team with 2 W? They did 5 times. Is it under, over, or exact? They beat a team twice during the season.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Nicola. Blackhawks, Kelly. Thank you. Runwick Kings, thank you. Yann, je comprends pas. Combien de fois, Yann, que les Canadiens de Montréal ont gagné 2 fois contre la même équipe dans la saison dernière? Combien de fois ils ont gagné contre les autres équipes 2 fois? Marc, Pierre-Martin, Yann, Marco. Yes. Les Canadiens de Montréal, Yann. David, Noner, RJ, Danny, Luc Laforcine. Mr. Notap.
I think it's C. Exact. Just because.
C for you, Mr. Notap?
C, C.
I'm sorry?
C.
C like Charlie.
C like correct.
Exactly. You got it correct on that one over there, Mr. Notap. You scored 1 time, but Marco Larrabee, Luc Laforcine, and Danny T all take the lead at 3 with 1 question to go. Noner is at 2. behind them. He's the only one can reach them tonight. Congratulations about this one over there. And that's what we are at this moment. Yann Genet is at 2 with them. One more question to go, Mr. Natap. Can you at least get 2 good ones tonight?
One of those teams was Toronto.
Here we go. Under, over, exact. How many times the Canadian Montreal had a better goal differential? Goal 4 versus goal again, NHL last season. How many times again a team they have a positive plus goal 4 versus minus goal again? So again, Boston, maybe they have plus 6 after they play the 4 games. And can you understand that?
You mean in the, like if they played a team 4 times?
4 times, they score 16 goals, and then Boston 12. That's a plus 4.
Okay.
Out the many 31 team they play again, they did 6 times. Under, over, or exact. Oh, hold on, I'm behind. Blackhawks, Nicolas, Luciano. I got you. Jose, I got you. Run with King, I got you. RJ, I got you. Kelly, Vinny, Mark, I got you. William, I got you. David, I got you. Bobby, Bagadonets, I got you. Marco, I got you. Ian, I got you. Noner, I got you. Luc Lafortune, I got you. And Yann Genet, I got you. Pierre Martin, I got you. Mr. Natap, what is your answer?
I'm going to think like Coach does. I'm going to go with exact again.
With exact again. All right. All right. Wait a minute. Because
what's up?
Something happening here. So wait a minute, Mr. Natap. I need to be sure I got the right answer for everybody. I need to check Marco, Luc Lafortune, and Danny.
Danny.
Marco, Luc Lafortune, and Danny. I got it. All right. Then Yann Genet and Noner. Nobody know Noner. Noner is B. Yann Genet is what? He say we.
We.
I don't get it about this one over there. All right, the answer this one with it. I want to be sure who's win, and I want to be sure. You said which one you answer, Mr. Natap?
Oh my God!
I went with C. Exact.
Can Coach go 4 and 4 and C? Because all my answer was C, but not that one, Mr. Natap.
No.
The answer is A. The funny thing, Mr. Natap, I want to verify this because Luc Lafortune, Marco Larrabee, and Danny are all wrong about that one. The good news for them, Nooner, Blackhawks, and Yann Genet are wrong too. But the winner tonight, Danny, Luc Lafortune, and Marco Larrabee with 3 good answers. That was what I was looking for. To be sure, I reconfirmed that one over there, Mr. Natap. So they are the winner of the contest. Marco, Danny, and Luc Lafortune tonight.
Congratulations.
Yeah, great job over there for both of them, 3 of them. Luc Lafortune is on fire tonight, for sure.
With exact.
Yeah, I think you missed the first one of the night. I think this one was hard for you because you thought go with C, then you went to A, I believe. So,
yeah.
But it was a fun night, Mr. Natap. Best coach of the night. I think it was turned around to be great for everybody. Hopefully, everybody enjoy it. You have a good time. Tomorrow night, it's about the Let's Talk Abs. We're building the dream team for the Montreal Canadiens. General manager in our top. Head coach, Coach FRENCHY. Marco Larrabee, assistant coach. Just kidding. But we're going to build the dream build tomorrow from the general manager to the players, Mr. Natap. I can't wait to see each one of you guys back with us. And thank you so much, Mr. Natap, for your participation again. And with us, it was great having you aboard. And until then, we have to wait until tomorrow. But we have to remind everybody, of course, one more time. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Here we go, Mr. Enough. Another one done deal. It was great having you aboard. Thanks everybody to be part of the show tonight. You are without you, this is impossible. We're really grateful about each one of you. You bring so much great asset inside, and this YouTube channel is called the Hockey National Show. Until the next time, of course, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what?
2022.
Here we go. We love you people. Have an amazing, great night, Mr. Enough. See you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Good job, Luc Lafortune, Jose Duarte, Blackhawks, Bobby, Danny, Kelly, RJ, Vinny, Nicolas de Booby, Bobby Bagadonuts. We want to thank the insider of the Hockey National Show, Mr. Enough, the modérateur, Enough, the captain, and Jose Duarte. Of course, Mr. RJ Calabro, another great supporter of the Hockey National Show with all the updates. And all the members of the Hockey National Show. Without you, this channel would be impossible to be here every single night. We thanks for your participation to support with Super Chat, Super Stinker, or Super Thanks, or member of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Have a great night, Nooner. Bobby, Jan Jenny, Vinny, David, Runway Kings,
come on, get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your
Luciano, Graziano, Pierre Martin, Marc Rabinowitz.
finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go?
William Snyder.